Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Jvrse, man. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Reality of Jvrse channel. Hopefully, y'all did enjoy my video from yesterday. Today, we got another reaction video, man. This video, I'm actually really gonna enjoy because, first of all, y'all know we watch everything live, but it's from a bishop that I've been paying attention to for quite a while now, since we had our church sing the anthem of his church, I believe. One of the old hymns is called One Way. But man, I saw this earlier. Same thing that happened in the last video. I saw a small snippet and I was like, all right, let me hold that. We're gonna make a video off that later on. I don't waste no time. Let's go ahead and jump straight into it, man. Like always, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you smash the like button. I need more of y'all to hit the comment section. Please do not text me right now. You watching this video, do not text me and let me know what this video was like to y'all. Leave it in the comment section. Let other people know how much you enjoy my videos, man, so we can get more and more people in tune. All right. The more comments that y'all leave, the more it gets pushed in the algorithm, the better the channel will do. And, you know, the more I'll know how y'all are connected for sure. So, like always, like the video, share it with somebody, and comment, man, and subscribe if you're new. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this, man. Let's see what S.Y. Younger, Bishop S.Y. Younger, is talking about.
I believe some of us have labeled our ministry gift prematurely. And now out of pride, we hold on to a label without fruit. You heard God said for you to pastor, but you missed the fact he wasn't talking about a senior pastor. So you rather hold on to having 3 members and a Facebook page. If I don't know nobody in here, so if I'm talking about you, I'm just coming to help you. You rather have a big throne chair in a room that only has 10 people than to go back and say, I missed it. I am called to pastor, and I'm called to pastor at my job. I'm called to pastor at my house. I'm called to pastor under my senior leader. That's not embarrassing when you get a revelation. That's not shameful when you get a revelation. What's shameful is you to keep going the wrong way, thinking you're going to get in the right place. And many people are disappointed. I want to address this tonight because many people in the kingdom are disappointed because God did not fulfill what they said God said.
Okay, that was a handful. If it wasn't a handful for you and it flew over your head, that's just for you. And I want to say this real quick. And we got Bishop O's. I follow him too. Bishop O's right here is in the comment section. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. This is not just for people who are in the church world. This is not for the religious folk. This is for everybody. I'm about to break this down. Stay tuned. Stay locked. We're about to break this down. All right. We're about to go piece by piece.
I believe some of us have labeled our ministry gift prematurely. And now out of pride, we hold on to a label without fruit.
Okay. So he starts off by saying that the gift that we was given, right? We kind of labeled it prematurely. So if I call myself, or I feel like that God has called me to be a leader, if I feel like that I'm supposed to be a leader of an organization, or I'm supposed to start a business, or I'm supposed to this, I'm supposed to that, and be over people, or to be over groups of people, over a specific thing, right? Sometimes we could misjudge that. Okay, that's basically what he's saying right there, is that sometimes we can misjudge what God is actually calling us to be, what we're actually destined to be, right? All right, let's keep going.
You heard God said for you to pastor, but you missed the fact he wasn't talking about a senior pastor. So you rather hold on to having 3 members and a Facebook page. I don't know nobody in here, so if I'm talking about you, I'm just coming to help you. You rather have a big throne chair in a room that only has 10 people than to go back and say, I missed it.
All right. So with that, he's saying, like, what that's saying to me is you rather be in a position where you only got so much, right? But there's a label that's put on you. You are the CEO of whatever your business is, and you only have a certain amount of money that you're going to pull in from your business because maybe it's not as demanding. It's not really a demand in terms of consumers. You know what I'm saying? Your business is kind of lackluster in that regard. It's not really something that people are paying a whole lot of attention to. Or you are the leader of an organization and you only got like a couple of people, but you're supposed to be like this grand individual. And, you know, you only got like a solid couple of followers. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing wrong with that, right? It's nothing wrong with that. But you can't, like, you're too in yourself, I guess you could say, in so many words, to go back and really think about if that's what you're supposed to be doing, if you're supposed to be the CEO of that business, or if you're supposed to go back and be a part of somebody else's business that maybe has a greater demand for whatever the product is that's being, you know what I'm saying, that's being put out there. Or maybe it's the team that you're a leader of. Maybe you're supposed to be led underneath a senior or overseer, right? A senior leader or overseer. You're supposed to be led while you're leading other people, which I totally believe in. Even if you are an overseer or a leader, I believe that you should be led by something. There should always be something covering you, rather than, you know, only be God, or it just be that you are underneath some other form of leadership. I believe every leader should have a leader. That's what my point is in that. So that's that. Let's break down a little bit more.
I am called to pastor, and I'm called to pastor at my job. I'm called to pastor at my house. I'm called to pastor in under my senior leader. That's not embarrassing when you get a revelation. That's nothing shameful when you get a revelation. What's shameful is you to keep going the wrong way, thinking you're going to get in the right place.
So the way that I would translate that, and the way that I would, you know, apply that to myself is, I remember some years ago, and I've shared this kind of with some people. If you've ever been in the Ultimate Potential Discord, I've probably shared this with you. I think I've talked about this in some of my other videos on my Jvrse channel, my gaming channel. And I've said that in the past, I started up, and it was live for about a year. Not even a full year, something like maybe like 8 months. And it ended up ending because I had an idea that I wanted to be this big gaming team, and I wanted all these people to come in and get connected. I wanted to be able to, for us to have a competitive, you know, part of the team where we, you know, can get into esports and we can start paying our players and all this other different stuff. Originally, I just wanted it to be like a regular gaming team, but then when I started seeing that we was getting esports people, I started taking all of these different opportunities and turning my team into something that it was never destined to be. So what happened? It ended up ending because I wasn't paying attention to what the purpose was of the team. So it didn't even last a year. Like I said, it was only like 8 months. And I had to go back to the drawing board. Now Ultimate Potential is here. It's been, you know, a full year that we've been a team or organization. And it's different. It's way different than last time. But it's only because I went back to the drawing board. I wasn't embarrassed to say that, like, what I thought I was supposed to do with that team, I wasn't supposed to do. And that was the reason why I had to go away for a little while, because I was doing something out of the ordinance of what God actually destined for that team to be. So sometimes you got to go back to the drawing board. Maybe it's not what you thought it was. Maybe the business is not going to maybe be what you thought it was. It's not going to sell the products that you thought it was going to sell. It's not going to take off the same way that you thought it would. It's not going to be centered around or have the certain consumers that you thought it was going to have. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that product is not going to do as well as you thought it was going to do. Maybe it doesn't have as much of a demand. Maybe so many people don't really want that, whatever that product is. Maybe you are the leader of an organization and you're leading your team and you think that you're supposed to be leading 50, 70 to 100 people when really you're supposed to have 5 to 10 solid people so that your team can be greater than what you can do with 50. 100. Don't get me wrong, that team will expand because you'll need more people to do background things, but your centerpieces, the people who are focal points, this is something I had to learn as a leader. It's not necessarily always meant for you to have so many people a part of the vision. Sometimes it's meant to be a couple of people. It's supposed to be a circle of people. Maybe it's about a solid 10 of y'all that really can get the job done, that can really produce the fruit that y'all are trying to bear. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think that, like, where we start to take a wrong path is when we think that we got it all together, or think that things are supposed to happen exactly the way that we want it. And this is the trick. When things are going exactly the way that you wanted it to go, like, I mean, to a T, I think you might want to ask God if this is exactly what's supposed to be going on. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that things are too good to be true, because sometimes God will give you exactly what it is that you want. If it's in his will, if it's in alignment with what he wants for you, then sometimes it'll be, and that's the thing too. When your will becomes God's will, and I don't mean to make this like a complete, video about God, but I can't help but do it because this is ministry. When you start a business, it's ministry. When you start a team, it's ministry. All of these different things are ministry. And so when you do things that are out of order, it's not in alignment, it's not set up to have a destiny for real. Like, it's kind of just what it is that you want it to be, and it makes you feel good. It's out of alignment though. It won't happen. And so when things are happening exactly the way that you want it to, like I said, not saying it's a bad thing, but sometimes go back and look. You know what I'm saying? And it definitely, if things are like not going exactly the way that they're supposed to, like when you're trying to do a specific thing, it just seems like it's just not happening. Sometimes you got to go back to the drawing board and make sure that you're doing what it is that God destined you to do. You know what I'm saying? That, like, we all have a destiny. We all have things that we're supposed to be doing. We all have a direction that we're supposed to go in. We have a path that we're supposed to walk in. And so when you're not walking in that path, things will feel off. Things won't be exactly what it's supposed to be. You won't have the numbers that you want. You won't have the amount of people that you want. You won't have the vision that you want. So I think that this is so key. I'm going to let SY Younger talk a little bit more, but I just want to touch on that a little bit.
And many people are disappointed. I want to address this tonight because many people in the kingdom are disappointed because God did not fulfill what they said God said.
And that's the thing too. Like, we can't walk around saying that God said this and that God's supposed to, that we're supposed to have this, that God, like God, the way that he does things, sometimes he doesn't just speak and say stuff. Sometimes he'll show you something and you got to put the pieces together. And that's why you have to go back to the drawing board. I think that that's the key point in this, is that when you're a leader, when you're over something, when you oversee something, you got to go back to the drawing board. You can't be content with just having 10 followers, with just having 100 followers, 200, 1,000. There's always more, right? There's always more to do. You can't be content with only having certain things within your vision, like a certain place that you want to get to. Like, there's nothing wrong with setting goals, but you should always be able to overflow your goal. I definitely believe that. I think because there's always more. That's the way that God does it. He's always thinking bigger than us. So I just think that when we get in a place where it's like things aren't happening and we're upset that, certain things aren't happening in our lives that we deem that God said is supposed to be happening, we got to go back to the drawing board and really think about what he said. Think about what he showed us and see if we're aligning with what he showed us, aligning with where he wants us to be. There's some people that I know right now that are connected to certain individuals that they think that they're supposed to be connected to, but there's so many reasons why you're not supposed to be connected to those people. There's so many reasons why you're not supposed to be connected to that organization, or why you are supposed to be connected to that organization, like why you are supposed to be going in this path, and we choose not to take it, or sometimes we choose to stay on it when God is really telling us to get off that path. So we got to pay attention to these different things, man. We have to. Like, I definitely believe this, and I'm feeling for it, man. If y'all agree, if y'all disagree, let me know in the comment section. That's pretty much the end of this. I think that it just kind of restarts. Yeah. So once again, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Let me know if y'all agree with this. Let me know what your thoughts are. Maybe you have a vision of something that you want to manifest within this next upcoming year that we're coming up on. And maybe it hasn't happened exactly the way that you want it to. And maybe you do got to go back to the drawing board. Let me know what y'all think, man. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you hit the like button. Share this video with some people. And if you have not already, turn on the notification bell. Hit that subscribe button, man. And I will love to see y'all in the next video. It's your boy Jvrse, and I'm out, man. Peace and love.